Thank you guys for tuning in to HomeGirls this week, your favorite YouTube talk show. I am here, one of your favorite homegirls, Ofra, and I am here with Elise and Z. Today we are going to talk about the Me Too movement, the movement that has heightened awareness of sexual violence against both men and women. The movement was started by Miss Tara Burks, but before we go ahead and, talk about a lot of the things that Tara had started and over the 10 years and her overall goal, we're gonna have a little fun, just a little bit. So Z, let's have some fun before we go ahead and dissect this heavy topic. Let's go ahead and move into our King of the Week for us.
Well, our King of the Week will be, we're gonna represent Memphis.
Yes.
We gotta do it then. Gotta do it for the M.
Gotta do it for the M.
So I chose, just so hood. So I chose Ja Morant, this year's Rookie of the Year, and all the great men of Memphis Grizzlies.
Woo, 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 Grizzlies. Look, I'm not a sports girl. I'm not gonna cap like that, but I didn't even go pretend like that.
They had a pretty good season, though.
Okay.
Yes. Ja put on for the city for sure.
I put on for the city, on for the city. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. Shout out to you. Shout out to you if you ever see HomeGirls. You know what I'm talking about. So that's our King for the week. Let's move into our next fun segment before we get out into our conversational piece. Z, take us away with this or that.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A little bit of this
So
and
we're
a little bit of
gonna
that.
quick fire this thing.
Okay.
All right. Quick
Yes.
fire.
Quick fire.
Real quick. All right. Check it. Thanksgiving coming up, right?
Yes.
All right. We all like the food. We like beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. I think she says those things. So, real quick. Yams and macaroni or baked beans and yams?
Yams and macaroni.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, together, right? Like.
Yeah, mashed up, you know what I'm saying? Gotta.
Yeah.
Sugar and grits or cheese and grits?
Cheese and grits.
Sugar for sure.
Sugar. Ooh, that's 2 out of 3.
No.
All the sugar.
That's 2 out of 3 with some butter.
Ooh, we
No.
Butter love. Y'all might be too young for that butter love. But anywho, greens or cabbage?
Greens.
With some Louisiana hot sauce.
So it's the cabbage for me. It's the sauteed cabbage. You know what I'm saying? When I was eating meat
Yeah.
with some kind of pork in that thing fire.
Yes.
Ooh.
Flats or drumettes?
Both.
Both of them, yeah.
Both of them.
Yes.
Yeah,
both
we're gonna tear
of
the
them.
whole plate up.
All right,
Yeah.
since we talking about snacks or whatever, we're gonna talk about the masculine ones. You know what I'm saying? Beard or goatee?
Beard.
Ooh,
Most definitely beard. Most definitely.
beard.
Y'all like them with natural hair or waves? So when I say natural, I mean a little fro, twists, braids, locks.
I like my man whatever. You whatever.
Yeah, I'm
If I
like-
You gotta choose one. This or that.
Ooh. Locks.
Ooh, them locks.
Yes. Locks.
Yeah, twist me up, dread me up, something.
Yeah.
I like when the boys will get their little hair done, have their little parts
Yes. So locks.
in the braids.
Don't do that.
I gotta get through it. Okay.
Okay.
Tall and slim or tall and thick?
Tall and slim.
Both.
This or that.
Oh. Tall and thick.
Y'all gonna laugh at me. Short and slim or short and thick?
Oh, wait.
We can go to dinner short and slim. That's it though.
Yeah.
Cause what short?
What's short? Can I get a short? What's height? What's short? Is he taller than me?
I'm gonna say my height, because I am the height of the average man. That's why I think he has to be
Oh.
taller.
Oh, that's straight.
So 5'9", 5'10".
That's fine.
That's
Short and
Okay,
tall.
slim.
10. I'm gonna say short and thick then. Cause if I was thinking like tall and slim, like 6'5", tall slim.
Oh, no, I was thinking 6'1".
6'5", me.
Nah, I said short. Y'all on tall and slim. Tall and slim is 6 and above.
Oh.
Okay.
Now we talking
I
about
mean,
short.
you cool though.
Short.
A good
You-
strong 5'10". Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's fine.
So short and slim?
Buff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, this one is kind of similar to the other ones. Last one. Basketball build or football build?
Football build.
I gotta choose. Quarterback. Quarterback build. I'm gonna say quarterback built.
I'm gonna say.
You struggling? This or that?
Both of them.
No, this or that.
I mean, I'll say basketball because that's my favorite sport. But if I'm gonna do football, he gonna be a safety. He gonna be a DB in the backfield on defense.
Okay, with that. Okay, that's all I got. You know what I'm saying?
That's all you got. Oh my goodness.
That was a good one.
That was fun. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. So you guys, we're gonna move over into our conversational piece. Talk about the Me Too movement that was created to heighten the awareness of sexual violence against both men and women. It was created by activist Tara Burke over 10 years ago. The goal was to spread the message for survivors, stating that you are heard and you are understood. Then, about 2 or 3 years ago, actress Alyssa Milano kicked off the movement to ensure that this message for the survivors were being heard. We've all seen how the Me Too movement has, heightened the awareness about sexual assault and sexual violence, just overall, from a local standpoint to I feel like hijacking and just going towards and after celebrities, if that makes sense, and high profile men. So today, conversational piece, we want to talk about the impact of the Me Too movement, and then how did it shift to only targeting high profile men, leaving everyday, my perspective, leaving everyday women and men to fend for themselves. So can we talk about that just a little bit? So let's talk about the perspective of the Me Too movement and how you guys first, heard about it or talked about it and things like that.
I feel like it was necessary. It was very necessary. And I see the positives and the negatives in what you just asked of us. The little people. We're going to say little people, and that's the everyday individuals who struggle with sexual abuse, sexual assault, or what have you. They're trying to figure out ways to overcome or, either tell their story or get the perpetrator in jail, rehabilitation, whatever. But I can also say that those individuals that are in high profile, we would not have paid that much attention to sexual abuse had they not done that. Had it not evolved into what it's evolved into, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And in this new and improved world we live in, the media is most people's life anyways, which sucks, but
Yeah.
waking up straight to Instagram, so of course we're gonna, amplify the celebrities because that's what makes most people money, So now we see it more because it's more people getting paid from what they can just, bring up or what subject that's important, So I feel like social media, yeah, but like she said, I'm kind of glad because I've heard of Me Too, but I didn't really even stop and think about it until the Bill Cosby case.
Yeah.
And I was kind of indifferent about that situation because, I'm listening to it and it made me actually listen to what was going on because he was going to court. I'm like, this old man, so of course I felt bad for the victims, but then on the other hand, I'm like, I hate that either A, it took them so long to build the courage to actually come out about it. And sometimes I was thinking, cause celebrity stuff, so it's like a line between, are you doing this because it's Bill Cosby or are you doing this because you were genuinely hurt by the situation? Yeah. And and it sucks. It's bad that you even have to think about that, but that's just the world we live in right now. So I felt bad that I kind of had sympathy for him because I loved Bill Cosby. Like, we all grew up on Bill Cosby,
Right.
and it sucked that they turned the show off for a while because that was the Huxtables they were the black family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you got a doctor, you got, like, it was just the best show ever. Like, and although he did something like negative like that, I just hate that the Me Too movement kind of has people on two different sides of the spectrum, if you get what I'm saying.
I got you. And then let's not forget R. Kelly and Trey
Oh,
Songz.
yeah.
Oh my
Trey
God.
Songz.
Yeah, he got in trouble too with Keke Palmer
Yep.
and 2 other women.
So I heard
who
the
it was.
Keke Palmer stuff, but I didn't know exactly what he said or did to her. I know he videoed her or something at
When
one
she
point.
asked him not to.
In his video, she put him in the video, right? I mean, he put her in his video. Mm-hmm. But what was she doing? Like, I didn't think it. Like, I don't.
So the words were that he made her feel uncomfortable. And I'm not sure if you've ever been around a guy who, I mean, he can be as handsome as he want to be, talented as he want to be, but if he start making you feel weird, it's like, and you can't get out of the situation, there is a fear that, I mean, it starts, it's like, should I run? Should I call somebody? What should I do? Should I act a fool? I mean, there's people around watching. Is it that big of a deal? Would they trust me? Or would they understand what I'm saying? Would they think that I'm over-exaggerating? It's like, but I don't feel safe right now. So that's how words were.
She made me feel safe.
Yeah, he made me feel uncomfortable. And I want to say he said he tried to kiss her or something like that, but
Oh, wow. Okay. And R. Kelly.
let's just say,
Look,
yikes.
I mean, look. That now I can't even lie. I'ma just be honest. Okay?
yep.
I don't like that. I hate that the girls were manipulated because he did manipulate them. But nobody's parents should allow their 13-year-old daughter to stay with a man.
Thank you.
Indeed.
And this all could have been stopped by good parenting. So let's, like, although, yes, he's gross, he's sick, but we can't put, like, yeah, he's in jail. And all the blame isn't on him, though. And after they grew up and were old enough to be with him, then they should have just, because you wanted him. You wanted R. Kelly. Like, let's just be real. Like, so I think, and even in the older days, men mess with younger women all the time.
I did. I have relatives
And
like
like, my only thing is I had to sit back and think like about laws, because this is really not okay because of the law. And it's also weird for a man to think that a 13-year-old can be where he is mentally. That's just crazy to me. But I didn't really think like because it may be some mature, like she said, she grew up being pretty much a mom to her family, you know?
But
she was mature.
He was sexually abused himself. And mentally, you are stuck.
You said he sexually abused himself?
No,
No.
he was
R.
sexually
Kelly was
abused
sexually
himself.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're stuck. Like when that trauma happens, you're
that's
kind of
just
mentally
sick.
stuck where that initial trauma started.
I just hate that they allowed their daughters to, like, I feel like the parents should be in jail also.
Some kind of
I said the
repercussions.
same thing because I was like, why would you give your daughters to a grown man for compensation? And the thing is, people do it all the time.
I was
That's why
about
we
to say
had sex trafficking, and that has also been heightened by the Me Too movement. The kids' sex trafficking has been heightened by the Me Too movement due to cases like R. Kelly and things like that, and people taking a closer look. And it's because, like, hey, they're not the only one. Don't forget Jared from Subway. He was sleeping with kids as well.
He was.
He was sleeping with children.
I bet
Epstein.
y'all we ain't gonna talk about these presidents though.
Epstein, yeah.
Epstein.
That the presidents be right at his house. So it's just like, but it's okay for certain people. It's okay for wealthy white men to do it organized. But no, I'm saying it's not okay. But I'm saying it's okay. Like, we know this. We know that Trump has kissed young girls in the mouth, seen Biden kiss his daughters in the mouth, although it's okay, whatever. I don't know what they be doing at home. But regardless, it's like, we know this. But y'all putting R. Kelly in jail, though. Why isn't Trump in jail, too? Why isn't all the other people that pulled up on Epstein, all these celebrities that we see at his house, why aren't they in jail? Like, we let people get away with murder off the strength of who they are, and that's not okay. Like, how did y'all pick and choose? Why Bill Cosby have to go to jail? Like, why did R. Kelly have to go to jail?
True.
And why is Trump the president? Why was he the president? It's just, I don't like that. Like, we need to have everybody, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do
Hold
it.
everyone accountable. Yeah.
So
we, like I said, this is a hot and heavy dissection of, these high profile men, getting away with certain things and aspects because of their elite. We live in an elitist society, as well as the dollar amount of money that they make, and that doesn't even help them. That doesn't help African Americans, as we can see at all. So, with just kind of being on the fence, now we have to take it back to a more, not more, what you would call everyday men and women. How that is being affected by, how is that even helping? And the Me Too movement, how is it even helping everyday men and women? Because here in the city of Memphis, over this past summer, some pretty, what you would call, well-known people here in the city of Memphis ended up on the sexual assault list. I don't know if y'all saw that on Twitter. Did either y'all saw that?
I didn't see it, but I heard.
You heard it? Yeah, I'm dead serious. Some people that I knew winded up on a list at front that went to University of Memphis.
We can't say who they are.
I ain't gonna say who they are.
Because it was it was just,
it was allegations, and it was allegedly. But that list was long. Wow. Some people were running for their life.
But
I'm dead serious.
It's crazy how, downtown, living downtown, I literally see young girls being preyed on by these older guys off the strength of people the elitism we just talked about. Just because of who you are, you feel like you can say this and do this. No. And as women, we need to start shutting it down. We need to be more stern when it comes to men making you feel uncomfortable. I think it's not our fault. We can't be the one to blame for it, and we don't have to be more stern. You don't have to. You can be nice to people, but I think it's a start to just be no, from the beginning, just stop, because if we don't even have anything to talk about, I see how you looking at me, and that's not cool.
I think it goes back to parenting as well.
Depends
on how the individuals are raised, because I know we're talking about more so how women were abused, but it's men as well. We tend to raise our children. I'm speaking from a Black perspective because that's the perspective that I know. We tend to teach our youth to respect our elders. We also learn that from statistics that most of these perpetrators are someone that everyone knows. This the child as well as the family. So we're teaching them certain rules that's kind of renowned. Well, everyone knows it. It's a untold code, I guess.
See, my mama taught me to respect my elders. But I've always been the person, she let me know from the jump. And even still today, I'm like, Mom, you're making me uncomfortable. Keep asking me that. But when I was younger, she'll be like, has anybody tried to touch you? Has anybody done this? And if they do, you need to do this. Scream, blah, 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 run away.
Some people are afraid to even approach that conversation.
But I think it's because she saw it so much. I mean, in our family, and luckily, even she was never touched or anything. But it's just some people are afraid to even say something about it because they see it. But you literally have to put your kids up on game about everything. Now isn't the time to refrain from telling them something because of fear.
Yeah.
This is the time to tell them everything they need to know. You need to know what's in my brain right now.
And you need to start young as well. Because, social media don't teach them anyway.
Don't sit on a man's lap.
Right.
That's rule number one. Like, the little girl should not be sitting on anybody's lap but her
But
daddy.
then you go take them to go see Santa and they're sitting on somebody's lap. So you're
We
confusing
always
them.
having
So,
them, yes.
so that's the thing. Like, we are saying educate and teach these children all of these things.
And when you want something, like, go sit on his lap and tell Santa what you
We're
want.
grooming them a little bit,
We're grooming.
unfortunately.
So you have to look at things with a double-edged sword. So you're teaching them, don't sit on a man's lap, don't do this, don't do this, don't do X, Y, and Z. Then when Christmas rolls around, I'm gonna take you to sit on Santa's lap and whisper in a man's ear. What is that?
Ooh, I never
what
even
is
thought
that?
about that.
What
Yes,
is
it's
that?
levels to it.
It's
And that's why it
levels.
ends up being the uncles and the people around you, because you have your guard down thinking that this isn't the person that's gonna do it.
Right? And then when you're with your siblings, it's like cross your hearts, hope to die, stick a needle in your eye, pinky promises, and it's like, I'm gonna learn how to keep a secret.
Yeah, and that's
So
what my
now
niece knows now. No secrets. Tell me everything. You don't have a secret with nobody.
That's
but
what
me.
you should do. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, but that's not how
And you know,
we
kids like
teach.
secrets, man.
Yeah, that's not how we teach.
Yeah.
That's not how we teach our
Unfortunately.
children. And so in like one, I sent you guys the article to one case. I'm not even gonna get into it because it was so sickening to me and it made my stomach turn. But the young lady was sexually assaulted by her stepfather and winded up getting pregnant and then later murdered. So I'm gonna send you that article and we're gonna talk about it and dissect it on our Facebook and our Instagram so you guys can tune in for more. But that was so sickening and turning for me that somebody would actually do that.
But you gotta, you're already at 10 out of 10 sick to even be trying to touch a person. So the fact that you even did that knows that anything can come after that. I expect nothing from like a perpetrator. Like, it's just, yeah, it's a lot. And then for the family, like, oh man, like and even in like my family, like things that I've heard, I don't even want to speak to these people.
Yeah,
I don't want to even see you.
yeah.
Like, I'm not about to be in the same room with you. We not cool. I don't care if you went to Jesus and laid your nose to the floor at the altar, brother. We like this, no. Cause it's like I feel like I will help you go to like therapy or something. Like, or you gotta talk to me about it. Let me know what you've done in your life to try to take that back. You know, like it's just all a little too much. But with like the Me Too movement, I just don't. What I didn't understand was why people are afraid. Like, I wonder why. I guess I know if somebody threatened them. Like, it's like, okay, I won't say anything because of that. But, I mean, if somebody hurts you, I feel like you need to do everything in your power to make sure that person, like, feels you.
But that goes back to how we're raised.
It is.
Kids test their parents or who they trust all the time. Depending on how you respond to something that they present to you, if it's, well, go in there and go sit down. Girl, go over there. Ain't nobody got time for that. If that's the first thing that they know you're going to say, they're not going to present anything to you.
Facts.
Yeah.
They don't say anything. Like, them folks ain't going to they ain't listening to me.
And we just started opening up conversation with parents anyways, like recently.
And then, you know, we're millennial parents. We're starting this conversation.
know, yeah.
Baby boomers didn't have this conversation. That's why people were getting clean over and clean off. You have to think about the millennials were raised by baby boomers. Baby boomers was like, look, I paid the bills, the lights on, you clothes, you fed, sit down and go somewhere.
And the mamas
stay
knew,
cute.
but they can't say nothing either because there was the time where the men ran everything in the house. It's 6 kids in the house, the daddy going to work, and the mama at home, and it's like, okay, baby, like, half the time, the mamas be getting them ready. Washing them up, putting perfume on them, making sure they look good when my daddy come home, like.
The Kardashians, but we ain't gonna say nothing.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna be real. The
This hurts-
Kardashians, but we
hurts
ain't
my
gonna say
feelings.
nothing.
I mean, yeah, they just be pimping it, and I see it in Memphis. Women are pimping their daughters out, like out, on the way to the weekend right now to pimp their daughter out.
So do you think, so what's the origin of these things? It's like, I know we're talking about the Me Too movement for sure, and how it has opened up the conversation to be had. But it's like, where the origins of, we have individuals who usually have either a mental illness or have been a victim of sexual abuse or assault in some type of way, that are continuing the cycle, like they're perpetuating the cycle of just hurting other individuals. But then we have these individuals who feel like they have to be a certain person for the perpetrator. Mm-hmm. Either it's the parent or the child, or I don't know, the relative. I don't know.
I think with that one you just said, it's like more so the insecurities that they have, and they're using the perpetrator to fill a void sometimes. Like they like keep allowing it or keep getting themselves ready like to be with the perpetrator, because I think sometimes, you get what I'm saying?
I'm trying.
Oh, I think sometimes they get so used to it to where it's like a normal thing. So like for instance, if I have a perpetrator and I'm getting myself ready, like I'm getting ready, like getting showered up, it's like that's my life. Like I feel like I need a man, or I need that
What's that,
love,
Stockholm syndrome?
or
Yeah.
that's what it is. When I thought that was like if a bank robber's like,
You love the person that's hurting you.
oh, okay. I thought it was like when like on Money Heist, when the girl was in there with them for like 20 days, she fell in love with a bank robber. I thought it was just, I don't know.
You're in love with the person that's
hurting you. And sometimes it's not even the person, you love the person that's hurting you. It's like I said, I work with students. You think you have to do this to get by.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch quickly on the situation, but my 9-to-5 job, one student was living with her abuser, and then when she finally got the courage to say this to me, because the only reason she got the courage to say this to me is because he was going after her little sister, and she wanted to protect her little sister. And she came to me and she busted in my office. She said, Miss Payne, I can't do this. He's trying to get my little sister. I said, what you talking about? And she said, I did it to protect us, but he's not gonna get hurt.
And that's the mentality.
That's the mentality
that some of them have. Yeah.
That some of them have. I have to do this to get to where I'm going to get by. To protect and get by. So it's like,
it's levels to it.
It's levels to it. So as we are sitting here and dissecting and talking about the Me Too movement, it's real and live and color, and you have to think about it from various different angles. Now I'm about to talk about it on the male perspective. What do we do when those who are falsely accused and wrong? I had one of those situations too at my 9-to-5 that I recently had. This individual stated that this person gave them full consent. Full consent before anything happened. Mm-hmm. But now, he is no longer in college and his scholarship is taken away and revoked because this individual stated that, they were not in a relationship and she did not give him consent. So it's sticky. It's sticky, this Me Too movement.
It is.
It is a sticky situation.
But they do tend to take the side of the woman
Most of the time.
And that's, and some women unfortunately take that or use that to their advantage.
I had a court case like that. It was a rape case, and pretty much like the details, like real quick, went to the house. She was like talking to her sister's brother, and they watched TV. He put on like some porn or something, and long story short, they were drinking, and all she knows is he like made her have sex with him. So here's the thing. You are chilling with your sister's boyfriend, for one, in the beginning. The alcohol is in your refrigerator, like in your room, and you brought it out for y'all to drink. And you watching porn with him? But now you want to...
She set that up.
But now you want to be mad because your sister found out, probably. So, and like the case ended up being like, no, he got not guilty because, we kind of like set out the facts. But I felt weird at first when they came in like, yeah, we got a rape case. I'm like, I don't even want to be a part of this because what if it, and I'm sitting here defending this man, but after, you look at everything and it's like, girl, really now I gotta go to court, and he sitting here got attorney fees here in court trying to say he not doing nothing to you, but you literally, like, he paying your bills. Like, all of this. Like, girl, what? You literally just upset because your sister found out that you talking to her boyfriend. Like,
yeah.
And now y'all in court?
Yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. So, the Me Too movement is a double-edged sword.
Man.
It is. We are taking down the bad guys and the good guys with it.
Yes.
Both men and women. Because somebody is always going to try to get off with something at the end of the day.
What was his name? Jesse Smollett or something?
Jesse Smollett. He did something too like that. Don't forget that.
How did they even find out that was true?
This brother.
Like, how? Like, but I guess they said, because Dave Chappelle, I don't know, I love him. I keep on talking about him. He was like, you telling me it was some type of person and called you a nigga? Like, he was like, that don't even go together. Like, he was saying it was a tall, like, white man from somewhere from like South Central that called. He was like, how you even, I don't know.
Like I said, the Me Too movement is taking down the good guys and the bad guys with it. You just have to go case by case and dissect it. But we all know.
But how do we fix that? Because I feel like
How do we fix it?
It shouldn't. Okay, so I have a different perspective because I was listening to what Elise was saying about disliking someone who has hurt someone. I mean, until Jesus come back. Like, she was like, I don't care if you bow before the Lord.
Yeah.
I would not like you. So I've gone through a rape crisis training where I was going to work on the hotline. He was giving us examples, like I finished it. He was giving us examples. He was like, say, for instance, how would you respond if a father called and said, I just hurt my daughter, and you figure out, how did you hurt your daughter? Well, I had sex with her and she's laying in there crying. What do I do? You know, your initial response is like, B, like, why you calling us? Call 911. Like, it's,
I'm not gonna see. I'm like, huh?
But you literally have to look at that person as a person. It's like, do they have mental illness? Like, do they have a mental illness? Have this happen, like, before? Like, your first response is to make sure the child is okay. But you have to put yourself in this person's shoes. Unfortunately, I know it's crazy. Put yourself.
I understand that though. I can understand that.
And it's like,
But see, I was saying, because like with my family, I don't think they've ever even came out and even said anything or even apologized, you know? Like, at least he's calling for help, because it's like, at this point, you know he has to have something going on mentally, because now he snapped back like I just did something bad. Like, what do I do? And that's easy to feel him, and that's easy to put yourself in his shoes, because it's like, dang, he literally just said, I made a mistake.
I'm not gonna sit here and cap.
It's not easy.
I'm saying,
not easy.
For me, it would be, because if that's my job, I know I have to. So I would automatically just be like, okay.
I couldn't do it.
Like,
I did the training, but I couldn't do it.
I can appreciate him calling, like, and although I'm not like putting him on a pedestal or nothing, but people don't do that. So it's like, at least he came to the next step, like, okay, like, I mean, I just feel like I gotta give him a little bit just for actually doing it.
For me, I know generally those who take advantage has been taken advantage of. So there is some mental click, is something mental that's not clicking, or, you know, if you do research and look at them, they're paraphilic or have experienced paraphernalia. So it's like something is not clicking. You've either been abused or you're a pedophile and you need to go seek help. But usually, you know, when it's in family, family or someone close we know, we cover that up under the rug. Especially I'm speaking from the Black perspective, in the African American family. It is hard for us to call the
Why
cops.
do you do that? Why?
I'm telling you.
Like,
I'm
in
not
the
here
Look
for
at two
them.
movies.
I'm telling you right now, it's hard for them to call the police. They let that uncle or that auntie just be that nasty uncle
Yeah,
or
they-
that nasty
yeah.
And
auntie.
we'll coin that name.
and
It's like, don't be around him.
That's that nasty uncle. Get yourself over here. Come sit your ass down. And that's that nasty auntie. Don't you go over there. Go sit down somewhere. And we know it and we cover it up. Or we know that cousin that ain't doing right. That's why you got kissing cousin over in Arkansas and Mississippi. Come on
Two
now.
movies. You just started. Okay, Mississippi Damned.
Yep.
And That's My Boy.
Yep.
Y'all.
That's My Boy. Is that on Netflix?
And don't forget Precious.
Y'all. Precious. Y'all. Mississippi Damned was a young man who, short story. What is it called when you about to tell a story? Help me.
Just tell it.
Okay, so he was molested as a child by an individual. I don't know if it's a friend of the family. I just know he would leave basketball games or whatever and perform fellatio on an individual. Later on, he is watching, just fast forward, he's watching a niece.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, she was super sexual herself. And she came on to him. It's weird. And they began kissing. And it happened. He did have sex with her. And his wife walked in.
Yep.
And it's just so many dynamics in that. Like we saw, it triggered black people. It triggered black people.
It triggered black people.
When I
to
first
the
saw that
fullest.
movie, I was just like,
Fast forward to That's My Boy. They made it humorous. This child, this woman who's ready to get married, she's about to get married, and her fiance is there, and her brother's overprotective or whatever, and the dad, who is Adam Sandler, did I say it right? Yeah. And he goes into, I don't know, to apologize or something, to talk to her or whatever, and he finds the young lady who's supposed to marry his son with her brother having sex. It triggered me, but they made it funny. Like, they made it funny. And what I've also, now fast forward to pornography, I feel like, because I literally try to put myself in the shoes of the perpetrator. Like, what makes you think that this is right? Mm-hmm. Like, what? And I'm a very spiritual person, and I'm like, is it spiritual warfare? Is it mental illness? Is it a mixture of both? Like, something does not make sense to me.
porn probably has like their own categories, probably like girl with brother or like step brother.
And I feel like people actually watch that. People want what they can't have or something, or they want what they repetitively see.
Yeah.
And I feel like that could be a reason why, like, people are becoming okay with doing these strange things, because, like, even if you look up porn, like I was having this conversation with my friends, and I was like, okay, let's go and look, because that's when you send the stuff. Mm-hmm. It's unlimited. Daughter with stepfather.
I know, and it's sickening.
Mother with son. Like, it's just a bunch of incest type things in there, and it's like, and we were looking like, look how many views they got. And it's like, it's
Okay,
scary.
I have a question. So it's like what I was saying earlier, how people don't, like, people talk to younger people, like, not saying like incest and people having, like, uncles having sex with, like, you know, their nieces or something. But why do you feel like it's wrong for an older guy to talk to a younger girl other than by law?
So for me, it's grooming. Me coming from the social cycle aspect of it and understanding emerging adulthood and understanding where that person's mind is, whether it's male or female, if you're emerging adulthood your brain has not fully developed,
Exactly.
or you are manipulating and you are grooming that person. So
Right.
therefore, this is not a fair mental war game. You should not be able to do that. Now I'm finna become impassioned.
I know. You're just saying taking advantage of
Like
somebody.
you taking
pretty much.
advantage of this person. This person has not fully developed.
Right.
They have not experienced life. You have not given them a fair chance.
Right.
What are you doing?
Right.
I'm about to call you out. What are you doing? If you 26 talking to somebody 19, that's a no-no for me. And if you 19 talking to somebody 16, that's still a no-go for me. Because you should be grown in college somewhere. You have 3 years over this person. You have 3 years worth of experience. You, according to emergency, look, no.
But
Let
I'm
me play the
saying you
angel's
said
advocate.
26 and 19.
Let me play the angel's
People's
advocate.
parents be like 10 years apart. It's like, what if you meet
You
somebody
didn't
and
groom
click?
somebody. What, 30 and 40? That's cool. Because that person
okay.
is an adult.
Yeah.
That's a full-blown adult. You are out of emerging adulthood phases. Now, when you in your emerging adulthood stages, don't you, no ma'am.
Yeah.
That's a no-go for me. That's a no-go for
I
me.
agree.
I agree as well, but of course, I'm the angel's advocate. Like, okay,
Okay.
Lord Jesus. Have you seen the children of these days? Like,
Yes.
They shape better than me, y'all. Like, they look older than me.
Yeah, they be wearing wigs in school,
They-
like full
like,
face. I still don't know how to do makeup.
Shape
Like
in full face, like
grown.
You wouldn't think if you set me beside one, you wouldn't even know that I was older, like 20 years older. You wouldn't know. Just playing the angel. So it's like, again, parenting. What are we doing with our children?
And then you can't really blame the man either, because the shit, if she coming out looking like she 26, then what I'm supposed to do? I can't holler at her. And then it's like, now you put me in situations, I'm trying to take you out. We done went to eat 2 times. People looking at me crazy, and I don't know you 18, you know? Like,
And then she got an older sibling or a cousin somewhere telling her, it's like, girl, you better get that free food or something like that. Just, ooh, what are we doing with our
It's
children?
sticky game, and then
What are we
don't
doing with
forget
our
for the
children?
guys. Oh man, let me get this older woman so I can conquer this. So it's a sticky situation. Sexual assault and sex. This is a completely sticky situation.
You didn't talk about the young men that get molested by older women.
Like, if
ooh,
I know so many.
I see
I know
that
so many.
all the time. And men just personally, I mean, you don't even talk about that with
They
young
don't
men
think it's
because,
anything
'cause
bad.
no,
Well, it's not that they don't think it's bad. Have y'all seen Antoine Fisher? Yeah, Antoine Fisher.
I couldn't watch
right?
it. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it, but
Like,
yeah, I know what you're talking
and
about.
that's a little boy. But I'm saying, like, what I see every day, I remember my boyfriend in high school was talking about how, like, ladies would literally, like, be coming onto him, and he is in high school.
Yeah.
Like, and I was feeling weird because it's like, dang, I see her all the time.
Yeah.
Like, she be in here. And that's not okay, but you really not gonna say nothing about that, because it's like, and then, you know, boys be thinking they're grown.
Yeah.
Anyways, but he was uncomfortable, like thoroughly uncomfortable. And it's just like, I don't know. Cause I mean, I don't know what to, it's just new. It's just all new. It was new to me at the time, but now that I'm looking back, I feel bad because like men don't know how to handle stuff like that.
no,
They suppress it,
they suppress a lot,
and
that's
it
the
manifests
thing.
very sexually. Like they have to
Yes.
prove
And they gonna
whatever.
come out like strong on women, like super hard, like coming on them. Like
Yeah.
it's just like, whoa, relax.
Or and I hate to just identify this, but some individuals that I know that are homosexual are homosexual because they don't trust whomever. How do I say that? Some individuals who were molested became homosexual because of whomever molested them, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So if it was a same-sex molestation, it was they became confused. It's like I kind of liked it, so it's like is this what I do now?
Mm-hmm.
Is this what I do? And I also know some individuals who were hetero, and it's like nah, I don't trust that gender anymore. So let me go to something that can relate to me more. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm a random
never
person
thought
that'll
about it
ask
like
people like,
that.
why you gay? Like, not to be like a butthole, but I just really want to know. Like,
I do agree that I would love. I'm about to start asking the people that I'm close to let me know why.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the people
you
that you're close
should.
to, for
You
sure.
should.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just ask.
Not
But
random
that-
people.
I
You
never
should.
even thought about, but then I don't want to, because even if it was molestation, I mean, of course, if they want to talk about it, we can, but I don't want to make it weird, you know?
You don't have to. People are actually looking to share this,
talk
like to
about
release
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
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 And that's where it starts, really, the
It
healing
does.
process.
It is, and like I said, this is a sticky situation, especially within the African American community, that we need to dissect and talk about, not only on HomeGirls, but in our households, to dissect and protect our children, number one, and understanding what's right and what's wrong and what are we covering up, and understanding our why. You know, I always say, African American women struggle with calling the police on African American men, the perpetrator that hurts our family because of police brutality. Mm-hmm.
We literally have reasons why we don't do certain things.
Like why
Exactly.
Megan Thee Stallion didn't call the police on Tory Lanez.
It's just, she was like, I was hurting, but I didn't want to see him die. Mm-hmm. Like, what on earth? So, we've talked about this, dissected. We can go on forever. So after we've had this heavy topic, Z, empower us just a little bit. Can you empower us just a little bit?
My God. Okay.
Yes, please. Just a little bit.
Dear homies and homegirls, you may not have caused the trauma in your life, but it is your responsibility to heal from it so that you can live the life that you deserve. Do it for you. That's what I have.
Do it for you. I do. I love that. Heal so you can do it for yourself. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to your favorite YouTube talk show, HomeGirls, with your girl, Ofra. Follow me on IG at Ofra_says. Take it away from me.
And I'm Elise, Instagram handle _Elise Nicole.
Zipporah, Instagram at my friend Zippy.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to HomeGirls, and y'all have a great week.
Peace
Bye.
out.